Hi friends! I meant to share this over a week ago and I don't remember what happened, but I have been laughing since then about my Zoom disaster. Lately it's been almost impossible to make videos unless the timing is just perfect, ever since Sabrina started online kindergarten. And it's been a difficult transition. She needs help constantly. It's not something the kindergartners can do independently, but it also brings a lot of joy because it's hilarious and I get to listen to her class as she's learning. That is, if she's not wearing the headphones. And the kids are so cute. And Sabrina's constantly announcing that she has to go to the bathroom even though her teacher says she doesn't have to tell her. The first day they spent probably half an hour practicing muting and unmuting on Zoom. And at one point, Sabrina yelled while she was muted, "Am I unmuted?" So not only does her class use Zoom, they also use an app called Seesaw, which is where they do their little homework assignments and stuff. And I have this old iPad that my sister-in-law gave us, but it turns out the operating system isn't compatible with the new version of Seesaw, so it wasn't working, and also Zoom was kicking Sabrina off. And so she's been doing kindergarten on my computer, and that means when she Zooms, I have my disaster of a kitchen behind me, and the teacher gets to watch me like do the dishes and clear out the dishwasher almost every single morning, and it's just really kind of awkward because I'd rather not be in the background. And plus, my desk is really small, and she's supposed to take out her math book and her reading book and stuff, and she's supposed to write, but the stuff is like sitting on top of the keyboard, and then she'll bump something and accidentally mute the volume, and obviously she was clicking things that she wasn't supposed to be clicking, and she'll close one of the windows, or she'll change the configuration of how you view everybody on the Zoom call. And I said, "What are you clicking? Stop clicking stuff." And she said, "That kid's supposed to be muted and he's not muted." And I finally realized she's been clicking on random things, trying to mute the other kids. I think it would have been a much smoother transition if she were actually going to the school to go to kindergarten. She's used to being able to do whatever at home ever since the pandemic started, especially. And so this one day when I told her school wasn't over yet, she went and drew a bunch of these angry faces, and then she scowled at me and said, "I'm gonna throw these at you." And I said, "Don't you throw them at me." And then she did, and then she got in trouble, and then she went upstairs and cried. But she has mostly eased into it now, and they build in a dance break. So every day there's a daily schedule, and you just follow that. It starts with a Zoom call. Then there's a sight word lesson. There's a lesson about how to draw letters and just all sorts of stuff. And it involves lots of taking pictures of things that she's drawn. And she's such a good artist. She just keeps getting better and better. And I don't know. I think she almost draws better than I do. So anyway, whenever I do Zoom and whenever I get her on her Zoom calls, it's always muted at the beginning, and I have to unmute it every single time. And I have to start the camera too. So this one morning I was trying to get her on her first Zoom call of the day, and she was going to the bathroom, so I was getting it started for her. And then I got a scam call from a credit card scammer, and so while I'm multitasking, I'm talking like this, says Sylvia, to the young man who called about my 0% interest rate. And I was sure that Zoom was muted as usual. But suddenly I saw a message on the screen that said, "The teacher muted me," and the video wasn't on. But guess what I was saying to the guy as Sylvia? She's probably thinking, why do I hear an old lady and a guy from India? So the guy's telling me about the credit card offer, and I said, oh, I'm looking for a sexy young man. And I don't know how much of it she heard. I don't know. They were doing a song at the time and they were like singing along, and I hope that it wasn't easy to hear. The headphones were plugged in at the time, so it's using the microphone on the headset. But when I record videos, it picks up sound just fine. So I hope maybe the sound was cutting out or something. I don't know. But the guy sounded amused, and luckily he didn't start talking dirty or anything. But he says, the scammer said, oh, I'm only 18. And again, I have no idea if the teacher heard this or not. And I said, oh, that's okay. You're legal. I really hope none of the kindergartners heard that. They wouldn't understand the legal part, but I really hope the teacher didn't hear it. And I just decided I'm going to pretend that didn't happen instead of emailing her awkwardly and telling her, hey, I have a YouTube channel where I pretend to be an old lady a lot of the time, and I say things to make scammers feel uncomfortable for people's entertainment. I'm really sorry that I wasn't muted for some reason. I don't know her very well. I'm not sure how she would react to that, but hopefully it's not the only weird thing she heard, and it could have been a lot worse. I mean, I could have walked naked in front of the camera like some moms have done. Yeah, we've heard stories about that, and there was one mom who said that will never happen to me, and then it did happen to her. So anyway, my son Eric just graduated from basic training, and because of coronavirus, we couldn't go down for the graduation. And instead, they gave the guys 3 days of phone privileges and let them go to the PX and get a bunch of snacks and order tons of pizza. They ordered so much pizza, they couldn't even finish it. And yes, there were some guys who threw up. I don't think Eric threw up. And I got to talk to him a lot, which was wonderful. And he's 3 hours ahead, and so he would start texting me at like 4:15 in the morning. And I had to get up for his graduation at 6 a.m. So I got very little sleep this week. And I was cool to text him at 4-ish in the morning, because that would give me more time talking to him. And after about an hour or so, I said, hey, maybe you should call your dad in case he gets sent on call soon for work. And then my husband's phone rang, and I laid there laughing, and he goes, you're mean. We even got to FaceTime as long as the connection was good enough. He seemed great for the most part, and while I told him about all of the difficulties with Sabrina's online schooling, he immediately ordered her an iPad on Amazon, and that is the sweetest thing ever. Like, I'm so grateful for that, and it's coming sometime this week. And I just feel like that's going to make my life so much easier, because I can put her on Zoom with the iPad in a nice corner away from everyone where no one's going to walk by, and she won't accidentally bump things. And when she does the art stuff on Seesaw, she can use her finger instead of using the mouse, because it's really hard to draw with the mouse. I will have my computer back and I should be able to make more videos, hopefully. Also, on Friday, I got an email from my dad saying that my mom was very sick, and it turned out it was a reaction to the new medication that she was given. And I had mixed feelings about that because I didn't want to upset Eric, but at the same time, it really cheered my mom up to get a phone call from him. It was great that I could say, hey, call grandma. So life has been crazy. This was supposed to be my first year in 21 years that I was going to have the house to myself for part of the day. And I had all these plans for my channel. I thought I was going to do regular live streams, that I was going to call scammers live. And I'm able to make this video right now because my son Jared is making dinner, simply because he decided he wanted to try out a recipe. I thought I would be able to record music more with everyone out of the house, because lots of times when I try to record, people make noise. I'm never going to be able to control that completely because a train will go by or the phone will ring or something like that. But I was really looking forward to being able to focus on some of the things I've been wishing I could do. And now I have all of my kids home, well, except for Eric. And I spent a lot of time writing him letters. He loves receiving letters. And he actually sent us a 36-page letter. And we never thought that he was going to write long letters because he's never been that wordy at home. But I absolutely love it. And I'm praying that he really can come home for Christmas, which, if things go according to plan, that should happen. I'm sure life is crazy for many of you too, and I hope you guys are doing well. Thanks so much for watching, and tell me if you've had any Zoom disasters.